Cancer is the second leading cause of the death worldwide, with an estimated 9.6 million deaths in 2018 alone. That's over 26,000 deaths every single day. But what if some of the foods you are eating on the daily basis could be contributing to this staggering statistic? Cancer is a disease characterized by the uncontrolled growth and the separate of the abnormal cells. These cells can form a tumor and can separate to the other parts of the body through the bloodstream and lymphatic system. What are these cancer-causing foods and why they are harmful? How can we make simple changes to reduce our risk? In this video, we will be discussing the 10 common foods that have been linked to an increased risk of cancer and the science behind why they are harmful. Are you ready to find out what's eating in your kitchen? Do you want to learn how you can make a simple change to reduce your risk of cancer? Let's dive into the world of food and cancer and discover how you can make a difference. So grab a pen and paper and let's get started. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video from us. Number 10. Processed meat. Processed meat like a hot dog bacon contain high level of nitrates and nitrites, which have been linked to an increased risk of colon cancer. Nitrates and nitrites are added to processed meat as a preservatives and to enhance their flavor. When consumed, these chemicals can be converted into a cancer-causing substances in the body. The World Health Organization has classified processed meat as a carcinogen. Number 9. Alcohol. Regular and heavy alcohol consumption have been linked to an increased risk of various types of cancer, including liver, breast, and colon cancer. Alcohol is metabolized in the body into acetaldehyde, which is carcinogen. Acetaldehyde can damage the DNA and other cellular structures, leading to an increased risk of cancer. Number 8. Grilled or burned meat. Grilling or cooking meat at high temperature creates chemicals called heterocyclic amines (HCAs) and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons (PAH), which have been linked to an increased risk of cancer. HCAs are formed when amino acids and keratin reacts with high heat, while PAHs are formed when the fat and the juices from meat drizzles onto the heat sources and create smoke. This smoke then rises and sticks to the surface of food, depositing PAH. Number 7. High-fat dairy products. Some studies have been shown a link between high-fat dairy products and an increased risk of prostate cancer. This may be due to the presence of hormones and the other growth factors in the dairy product. In addition, high-fat dairy products are often high in calories, which can lead to weight gain and obesity, both of which are risk factors of cancer. Number 6. Fried foods. Fried foods are often high in advanced glycations and product AGEs, which are substances that have been linked to inflammations and oxidative stress. These substances can contribute to the development of cancer. Fried food are also high in calories and can lead to a weight gain, which is another risk of cancer. Number 5. Refined carbohydrate. Refined carbohydrates such as white bread, pasta, and sugar have been linked to an increased risk of cancer. When refined carbohydrates are consumed, they rapidly increase blood sugar levels, which can lead to insulin resistance over time. Insulin resistance is a risk factor for various types of cancer, including breast, prostate, and colorectal cancer. Number 4. Artificial sweeteners. Some studies have suggested that artificial sweeteners may increase risk of certain type of cancer. Some studies have been shown that artificial sweeteners can alter gut bacteria and increase risk of obesity, both of which are risk factors of cancer. Number 3. Salt. Excessive salt consumptions have been linked to an increased risk of stomach cancer. This can be due to the role of the salt is promoting the growth of the certain bacteria in the stomach can lead to the inflammation. Chronic inflammations can damage the cells lining the stomach, leading to the increased risk of cancer. Number 2. Canned food. Some canned foods contain a bisphenol A, BPA, a chemicals that have been linked to an increased risk of various types of cancer, including prostate and the breast cancer. BPA is used in the lining of some canned food and can leach into the food, especially when the can is heated or exposed to acidic food. Number 1. Farmed salmon. Salmon raised on farm are more likely to be contaminated by carcinogen. According to the Environmental Working Group, farm salmon have 16 times the polychlorinated biphenyl PCBs found in wild salmon. In conclusion, we have covered the link between food and cancer and the 10 common food to watch out for. Remember, incorporating a diet rich in whole food, fruits and vegetables, and avoiding a processed and preserved food can help reduce your risk of cancer. Make positive change today and stay informed. Do not forget to hit the like button and share with friends and family. Thanks for watching.